Where did you grow up and what got you into the life of net carbon zero?
I grew up in London, Essex, with my family, mum, dad, brother, and slowly over time I've moved further away from a big city for various degrees. Started with geography and then specialised more into environmental policy and management. And I mean, if we really get into it in terms of like what started me on this journey, it was a simple geography lesson with like a really awesome teacher, and that just set me on the path. I've never looked back since.
So not many people who are geographers, environmental experts necessarily end up working for a Church of England diocese.
True. But I mean, the opportunity, I think, I mean, bearing in mind I came into this when I was 22 years old, and the opportunity to, essentially be doing program management, project management at such a young age, and I was lucky enough to have the diocese take a chance on someone so young to do something with that requires so much responsibility, and I mean, I found it so rewarding, and it's been so interesting. I never thought when I was going through university that I'd have anything to do with historic buildings, and that's been an incredibly interesting part of the job. And I must say I had some misconceptions about coming into the Church of England, what it would be like, and I've been proved very wrong. And it's been a fantastic experience from start to finish.
And as you say, the job has got bigger over time. How is it supported within the life of our diocese here?
Good question. I think, I mean, as I said, when I first joined, it was only a part-time role, and which was interesting because even when I first joined and was just doing a couple of days a week, meeting the parishes and meeting the staff, how important the Fifth Mile Commission was to everybody, seemingly. I was like, surely that there's got to be, this has got to be a full-time role, and it's something that everybody takes so seriously. And as it became that full-time role, and you meet more people, you go to the schools, you go to the churches, you meet all the clergy, all the parishioners, and how important the Fifth Mark is, and how, and I think there's always a little bit of conflict sometimes between wider environmental issues and net zero, and where net zero fits within that. But they complement each other nicely. And I think, as time's gone on, people are really understanding that net zero is not some sort of like political thing.